Hi friends, and welcome back to another episode of Seriously, the Claudia Project. We talk about lifestyle, motivation, all things moms, the vibes. And the episodes are daily, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's been kind of challenging this week to keep showing up. We did some fun episodes with friends, but I'm trying to figure out how to pivot the daily episodes into more of like a more helpful, fun situation for you every single day. I love motivational talks, but I think it can just be a little exhausting and kind of beating over the head every single day. So right now I'm working out the layout, what exactly we're going to talk about every day, and I'd love y'all's help and interaction while we're kind of making this shift. What I'm thinking is that we'll pick like your top 3 every single day, things that you need to know that are happening in the world. And then Monday through Friday will be a different topic. So think like wellness on one day, motivation on another. Every day we'll talk through events and things to know about what's happening in Atlanta because that's where I live. But in trying to make that transition, I've been having a really hard time figuring out what I'm going to talk about right now while I kind of do that shift. And I won't lie to you, it's also been super challenging showing up every day and like not really knowing if anyone's gonna see them. And not to say that no one is watching, because I think 30 views definitely matters, but it just makes you start thinking about, like, does it matter if I don't show up? But then I was sitting here and I was thinking, sorry, I'm gonna cut some of those out. It really is about me showing up for myself and not necessarily showing up for anyone else. And if I can do that for me, and then you guys will come too. So forcing myself to come, even though I'm like having a little bit of self-doubt right now on what it really means for the episodes and the show, what's really important to you, making sure that it's helpful, but also fun to listen to and engaging. So that's what I'm working on right now. What I can say is I know that it's important to me because last night we went through this whole thing where YouTube thought my page was a scam, or maybe they were just testing it out. Has this happened to any of you? I just got a notification out of nowhere from Gmail, which is what YouTube is kind of powered through. And it was like, oh, we've completely shut down your site and your website. So I go to my app because I'm like, oh, this gotta be spam because there's just no way. They think I'm a robot. And sure enough, my freaking site was shut down. I'm like, we're so close to 500 subs, and it like literally made my heart drop. So I know that it's important to me. And so showing up for you guys, even when I feel like we're showing up for nothing, I think is super important. So here I am. The doubt that you feel in like trying to grow and showing up, and it's not just YouTube, it's like across all social media platforms. So right now we're on Twitter, I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter at all. But right now we're on TikTok and we're on Instagram. And let me tell you, Instagram, I don't know what to do over there. People like don't see anything. And then like weeks later, things kind of do their thing. I have no idea. If you have any tips and tricks, that would be helpful. I'm watching as much stuff as I can in between the workday. But just trying to stay positive when you're showing up and it feels like there's no growth is kind of hard. And it's not even that I'm interested in like blowing up to 1 million followers tomorrow. It's just like the trickle in of 1 or 2 every now and then would be helpful. And it feels a little bit pay to play right now to me on Instagram, which I don't want to have to do without like a full marketing plan. I say all that to say I reached out to a girlfriend of mine who is in fact a marketer. Hey, Keish. So she's like looking at all of my stuff to figure out what kind of needs to happen. But those are like my thoughts right now. And I didn't want to not show up because you guys have been showing up for me here. And I think that it's important to keep doing that even when I feel kind of down. And then speaking of feeling, I don't feel down. Let me be very clear. I feel fine. But like my hair's not like, I took my braids out finally, which I know we had been talking about here. And that has also been happening. And so then I'm like, oh, do I want to get on camera and my hair not be done? But this is a podcast. So like some of you are just listening, and it's important for me to remind you that showing up is like the most important part of all of this. And if you can't show up for yourself, you definitely can't show up for anyone else. So doing the hard thing, recording the podcast, even while I'm trying to figure out how to transition, and making sure that I keep doing that. Also, I gotta get back on my time management. It just slips my mind, guys. Being a grown-up is so freaking hard. And like, it's so exhausting. And people are not talking about this enough. Like, how are our parents doing this? Or were they just like hiding it? I guess they were just hiding it. Like, I don't have like a meltdown in front of Ashton and Amara. I guess we put them to bed first. And then I like freak out about the dishes that aren't done. Ugh, the dishes just never freaking end. And all of the stuff you have to do. And then on top of all of that, they want you to do your taxes. And then you have to think about being a better person and going to sleep on time and waking up on time and keeping your job and doing a good job at your job. And then you're at your job and you're like, am I even doing a good job at this job? It's so many things to think about. Anyway, so we'll get into all that stuff on the episodes. I'm like, I can pull it up. Let's see. Right now, my soft plan. Let me tell you guys a soft plan for the episodes, and you guys tell me what you think, because this is really about, it's about what you guys want and like what I kind of want. So again, we're thinking, we've come full circle here. So let me focus in. As far as the episodes, I mentioned this earlier, outside of my rant about being a grown-up, which I kind of hate. We're doing it, but I'm not like super thrilled about it. The weekly rhythm will be, Mondays will be about resets, and I'm reading from my notes that I've been working on. Tuesdays will be beauty and style. Wednesdays will be about money and career. Thursdays will be wellness, and then Friday will be the weekend game plan. So we'll talk about releases, events, things to be thinking about, mainly here in Atlanta, but we'll do some like nationwide stuff just in case you're traveling. And so every day we'll do like your top three things in that topic that you need to be thinking about, things that are happening in the world, things that are happening just so you can like show up to work and like have things to talk about with your coworkers who've won games, just so that you're kind of like intact. The goal as we move forward will be to record all of the videos in advance, well, as advanced as you can. That way it's like still like topical, and then post every day at 6:30. That way it's something that you guys can listen to on the way to work while you're brushing your teeth, something super simple. And then you have like these fun facts going into your day. We'll still keep the episodes short, especially because they're daily. So they'll still be right in that like 12 to 15 minute mark, really just like punches to the face. And then that'll be kind of that's what I'm thinking right now. I would love to know your ideas. Inside of each of those episodes, like I mentioned, every day we'll be kind of like featuring a different business here in Atlanta, for you guys to try, restaurants to think about. That way you're not eating the same stuff like me. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. I would love your thoughts. I want this to be something that's really amazing. And I think once you start thinking like that, then you just feel so stuck and kind of frozen, which is where I've started to get myself at the last 2 days. So it was important to just bring the camera out, bring it directly to you guys, let you guys think about, give me some feedback. Any comments below would be super helpful. Things that you like, things that you don't like. Right now I'm open to all honest feedback. Do you like the background? I know we've shifted from walking to sitting. I think the sitting just like helps the whole thing. Like I can have like a light so you guys can really see me. It's like much safer. And then I'll save my walking for just myself, which walked 3 laps yesterday. It really was very good for my mental health, but it did make me very hungry. Which I did not even think about. And so I was like starved for the rest of the day. But I recently bought a stand-up desk, which you guys will see in the day in the life. So you got to check out TikTok and not Facebook, TikTok and Instagram in order to see that. But my stand-up desk is coming for work, and then I'm going to order a walking pad so that I can, instead of like waking myself up at the crack of dawn to walk in my neighborhood, even though I don't mind doing that, I can get some steps in while I'm at work, just like answering emails. So that will be coming soon. All of this to say that this episode is just kind of all over the place. I'm just letting you guys know that sometimes just showing up and in a way that you said that you're going to is important. And so that's why I'm here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really can't stress it to you enough how excited I am to be on this journey with you guys. And seriously, I'm stoked about it. I think it has the potential to be something really amazing. And I'm not going to let me thinking about it being amazing stagnate us from like showing up the way that we said we're going to. So another episode will be up tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. I know it's late in the afternoon for this to be going live, but better late than never. Am I right? Am I right? excited to keep growing and showing with you guys. And we're going to get to that 500 mark. I don't know how long it's going to take. Lord knows. But we're almost there. I think right now we're at like 488. And so we're just like almost over that small hurdle, which not that many people actually make it to. So thank you guys so much for being here. Again, seriously, this is Claudia, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Bye.